Our rent back then was like $1,500. And we used to struggle to pay that. With order to say car grow, do it and think afterwards. It had plenty times where I thought I was going to lose everything. Your product is good, you always going to have it. But these students used to pass and play with me. Somebody who don't want to be in business with their spouse should reconsider. Working for somebody was easy. Working for yourself and having free will. That is where procrastination is coming like a flood. I buy whatever counter I could have got, whatever mirror it is I could have got. I buy the cheapest chair I could have got, and I start there. It went from probably cutting like about 2 people, probably about 40 people on a Christmas Eve. You had to be resilient, you had to be able to take the licks.
Today we with Roger Bally. You seen, bro?
What's up, bro?
Owner, the man running everything, Bally's Barbershop, the man who changed the barbering game in Trinidad, the Caribbean, like, so the one man is with like Bally. Yeah, let's go. So Bally, for the people who don't know who he is, tell them a little bit about who he is, what he does do,
right.
Get a little better understanding of the person that is the businessman that he is and how you reach it.
Right, my name is Roger Bally. I'm the owner of Bally's Barbershop, born in Trinidad.
Born in Trinidad. If it's one thing I know, born in Trinidad.
I was born in Trinidad. They used to mistake me for, a different reason. Yeah. That's my mother told me. My mother told me that, bro. I was mixed up in the hospital too, no?
Serious?
Yeah. But what I know is that how these students used to pass and play with me. Like,
how soon into your life you realize like barbering is it? Or like you thought you was about to do something else and you just kind of find barbering.
Well, right, so I went to, like, first of all, I went to Hillview, right? So, for the young ones, especially ones that might be going to like prestige schools and that kind of thing like that, the stigma is that you're either going to engineering, doctor, lawyer, that kind of thing, which was my part because I did sciences.
Right.
And
So that's where you
I was going either in the engineering field or some kind of thing like that. However, the month before CXC, my mom had passed away.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, and she was a hairdresser, right? So, she was a hairdresser, she was always a hairdresser, and the month before I did CXC, she passed away. And from that now, I had to kind of script through CXC. Obviously, I wasn't in a I wasn't in a good state mentally. Yeah. I had to script through CXC, find my way. I went to work as soon as CXC was finished. Thankfully, Hillview had given me the opportunity to repeat some subjects. So I repeat some subjects in 2008. And then I went to UD University of the Southern Caribbean for a year. I didn't like it. I didn't really enjoy being I just found out it was a waste of time for me.
Right.
I ended up going to learn barbering. I learned by cutting on myself. I learned by trying to do haircuts on people.
Yeah.
I did some courses, some short courses and that kind of stuff. From there, it basically, it's not like if it is I had chased it in a sense, but it basically kind of just adopted me. And that's all I know. You understand? Because I mean, at that age, 16, 17, you lose your mother. You're looking for, and I was a pretty focused guy too.
Right.
So at that age, I was never apart. I never live a life of partying, drinking, smoking, like them kind of things. I was real focused on what it is I was doing. Yeah, barbering just basically adopted me, and I realized that how it is, hey, I can make a living from it.
Right.
I was a youth man, so back then, if it is how you make, like $1,000 a week, at that age back then.
Not on bad.
You're doing something good. Yeah, that's how it is.
It just kind of snowball from there.
It just keep on increasing from there.
When you initially start like cutting people hair, those kind of things, you was working for somebody else, like in a shop.
Yeah. So I went to learn. I did a course here locally, right? And then I could give the story.
Yeah. Of course.
So there's a place that I will always go and buy food in the Tacarigua area.
Right.
So there's a guy that used to work there, and he knew that I was doing barbering. He knew that I was learning and whatever. So his barber had a free station.
Right.
And it was a lady in her shop, right? And like, I don't know, but like back then, bro, I just knew that it was the right thing to do to seek mentorship.
I feel you.
You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people try to figure it out on them by themselves.
Yeah.
But you could take more time trying to figure it out by yourself than actually going to ask for help. Right. So I took up the initiative. I say, all right, listen, I'll go and start. Mm-hmm. I remember the first day, like I reached there, and I this time I reached for 8 o'clock. the person, the owner didn't really reach until 11 o'clock in the day.
You serious?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I was like, all right, this the route that we going, okay. You know, but as a youth man, I was watching all them things, you know, so it had some bad things that I had adopted from there, but in terms of learning how to cut, I was able, because it was I would say that how it is that is a harsh environment. Also, before barbering, I was working construction, so I was accustomed to a harsh environment, right? It was a harsh environment where it is that, you know, you will get cussed if it is that you do something stupid, and I don't know if those environments still exist in the barbershop industry, or the barbering industry, or even hairdressing industry, salon industry, but by us it do exist here in Bali's barbershop. That's not how it is always teach here, you know. But that was how I learned. You know, it was real hard. Like, sometimes I remember on Christmas Eve, you know, he's a new barber in the shop, and bro, I sat on the chair for the whole day.
Serious?
Yeah. Everybody, like, dog, hundreds of people coming in the shop, and there's 4 barbers. So, you know, I on the first station closest to the door. Right? And everybody passing me and going by in the back. Yeah, I feel like real shit.
Yeah, I feel like shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I feel like, bro, it did build my, and dog, all I had to do was just sit down there and pray that I get somebody.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it over the years, it went from on Christmas Eve especially, it went from the first Christmas Eve probably cutting like about 2 people to cutting probably about 40 people.
Serious.
On a Christmas Eve.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
so everything takes time. Everything is about growth. Everything is about you wanting to learn and you wanting to make yourself better. And it's not a rush process.
Right.
You know, you have to pay dues.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Have to.
You mentioned that you was doing construction before the
I was working junior Sammy.
Right.
So I started off in the office, right, doing clerical work, checking like truck slips and that kind of thing. And then I get bored of that.
Right.
My uncle was the project manager of that project. That was the Grand Bazaar project. Right. So I tell him, I say, Uncle, I really don't want to be in the office, you know. I want to go outside, I want to sweat, I want to...
Hard work.
Yeah, I want to do hard work. So he said, all right, I'm going to put you as a laborer.
Right.
I say, say less.
Yeah.
Dog, I was reaching to work 5 o'clock every day, happy. In the morning. You understand? Reaching to work 5 o'clock in the morning every day. And leaving there 6 o'clock in the night. And when I reach home, dog, I smelling like diesel. I smelling like sand.
I've been through it.
Yeah, like I'm a construction boots and as a youth man, like for me, all my partners saying that we know for the CXC.
Yeah.
So them going cinema, they going parties, and them enjoying their life, bro. But I was real happy working and making money. Remember too that my mom had just passed.
Right.
So it was just my dad really and truly and you know, things he was going through it too. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I had to pick up the slack.
Right.
It have nothing like that I lived through that is not a product of hard work, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
You understand what I'm saying? It was always a product of hard work, always a product of working hard. If it is that you want it, if it is that I want a shoe, I work hard and I get it and I reward myself.
Right.
So it coming back so clear to me now that really and truly, like even buying for Christmas, look, buying cologne, buying deodorant, buying razors to shave and all kind. I was so appreciative of that, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That I could buy for myself.
Right.
I was a big man already at 16. You understand? I'm providing for myself, paying bills, taking care of the house, etc., etc. You know, I was doing that at 16 years old.
Right. I feel like a lot of people out there, you know, based on wherever they want to go in, they would look at you now and say, wait, look at Bali.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't see the hard work and effort that's going behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
How important you would say the construction experience or the work environment help you when you pivot to the barbering full time?
Right.
How much you think ingrained into you that now help you over the course of the barbering journey?
Well, bro, like that ingrained into me from my mother.
Right.
From when my mother was alive. So she had breast cancer.
Right.
And she was working up to the day before she died, bro.
Serious.
The day before she died on the 29th of March. Right? The 30th was her birthday.
Right.
She worked on the 28th.
Wait.
From 9 till 7 in the night.
That's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? And then she take ill. just because it is so like, and I'm not saying that how work until it is that you reach to that point, right? You know, you had to take care of yourself. But I learned and I see how I work hard, bro, and that was engraved into me from a young age, and I know that how the only way to get what it is I want in this life is to work. You understand what? To do the right things. You understand what I'm saying?
Tell me a little bit about pivoting from when you was working in the shop to starting your own Bally's Barbershop. What made you feel comfortable, like, or tell you like this is the time to now pivot from working in this shop to starting my own thing?
So when it says I felt that I was proficient, I realized that I couldn't really grow anymore where it is that I was. Like I just wasn't getting more food basically, right? So where this shop is right now, this location, this is where I used to live.
Right. Okay.
So I took a 10 by 10 room actually my mother had. That was the room that my mother used to use as her salon.
Right.
I took that room and I renovated it and I made it into a barbershop. So like that time I scraping for money too, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So I buy whatever counter I could have get. I buy whatever mirror it is I could have get.
Just make it work.
I buy the cheapest chair I could have get. You understand what I'm saying? And I just start with that. Put in an AC. Make sure that it was comfortable for the customers and thing. And I start there. Now, like in the journey, I had real bad habits, things that I would have adopted that wasn't right. You understand what I'm saying? Like for example, there are times where it is that for days I wouldn't work. I would just go, I would watch movies, I would, I just liming around, going more line with friends, whatever. So it wasn't, I wasn't consistent at all. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what I learned. Right, and which is you can learn how to be a good barber and learn how to cut hair good, but you can also adapt real bad work ethic. You understand what I'm saying? And at that tender age too, that's what it is that was what I was adapting basically until I had to force myself to break out of it and say, hey, nah, I need to lock in, I need to be consistent. You understand? And take care of my clients, and that's when I started to see a difference.
What you think was that turning point, or was something that really pushed you to say, I need to turn this around, but was it like something specific that happened, or is just you conviction internally, like, hey?
So the turning point really and truly happened when it is that I get married.
Serious?
That was the turning point. Bro, when I get married, I still had some of them bad ways in me, where it is like bad habits. And like for example, when we get married, like both of us come like from the same kind of background of thing. So it was like we were starting from zero.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. Both of us start from zero and
like building together.
We literally built together, bro. Right. Everything was built, and that was the turning point. And then we used to struggle. Our rent back then was like $1,500. Where we was living though, and we used to struggle to pay that. You understand? So all them things started to add up now and be like, hey, nah, I need to lock in.
Right.
I need to lock in. And then when I lock in now, I started to see the fruit of the labor. Yeah, I started to see the fruit of barbering.
See the hard work.
Working for somebody was easy.
Right. You had no pressure on you.
Working, they set the rules.
Right.
And you go and do what it is that you had to do. Right. That was easy. Working for yourself and having free will.
I feel.
That is where procrastination is coming like a flood, dog. You understand what I'm saying? And when that weigh on your horse, it's like you could, and especially if it is that you have enough to barely survive, trust me, you're going to procrastinate.
I could relate.
Yeah.
No, I'm like you saying that.
Yeah.
And you talking to me right now. You talking to me right now because plenty people think like working for yourself is freedom.
Yeah.
But they don't realize how much of a negative thing that freedom could be if you don't have the discipline.
Your boss is the customer. You understand what I'm saying? And when is that you started to think like that now? And when is that you started to realize, hey, bro, my customer could fire me.
Yeah.
You understand? And when is that my customer fire me, I have no income. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I started to think. That's where customer service started in the barbershop. Right. And then my wife too. My wife was very instrumental in making things better in the shop, like making our logo for us and decorating, making it nice,
Yeah. Polishing it up in a way.
Polishing it up.
You probably thinking, cut here.
That's all. That's all. That's what I'm thinking about. Cutting our slippers, cutting our short pants. You understand? But really and truly, when I started to take care of your presentation too, you attract a different type of clientele.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
So all them things is things that she really helped me with,
Yeah.
and the presentation in business and customer service and all kind of like that,
Yeah.
and that was the peak of point.
Peak, right?
Yeah.
So something that you do unique here and different is that plenty of people tend to think going into business with your spouse, your significant other, might be a mistake.
Yeah.
But you all clearly show that is actually the strong point now.
Is the greatest achievement, I would say.
Yeah.
Is to be in business with your spouse, because you building something for all year.
Yeah, I feel
you building something for all year, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not like if it is that I in our office or I doing what it is I had to do and then she doing what it is we always spending time together, working together.
Right. And you're the same.
We always together.
The same.
And look, you know what that is prevent?
Yeah.
That is prevent breakups.
Right.
That is prevent
because connected on a level that is unmatched.
You so now it is that when it is vacation time, she don't how to apply, I don't how to apply. We come together and say, hey, we want to travel.
Right.
You understand? And we gone.
You
understand what I'm saying? So we could do that because it is that we work together, we building together every day. We discussing, hey, how to make things better.
Yeah.
What is that we need to do? Right. You understand what I'm saying? And I just can't think about it in any other way, bro.
What you would say to somebody out now who might be saying, that's a mistake getting into business. But what you would say to that person to kind of give them that conviction to maybe have another way to look at it from a different perspective?
I would say somebody who don't want to be in business with their spouse should reconsider who it is that they have as their spouse.
For real?
Yeah.
For real?
They should because, I mean, when is that you choose somebody as your spouse, you choose them for life. And for the fullness and the wholeness of life. Which means that when I get married is in the good times and in the bad times. For better or for worse. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that if it is that you can't see yourself being in business with your spouse, really and truly probably it is that, I mean, maybe they just have a different personality or it just not meant to be. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a strong one, man.
Yeah, it is a strong one, but the reality is strong.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What made you iterate from just the normal barbering to giving the customer now such an elite experience? Because I walk in here, I ain't feel like I walk in a barbershop. I feel like I walk in some kind of rustic modern. The story basically, I start by myself, right? Right.
So let me say how it is that I was working. No lie, I was working from 7 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock in the night almost every day.
Serious?
Yeah. Like almost 6 days a week, I was taking 1 day off for myself.
Yeah.
And still I was cutting people on my day off.
Serious?
Yeah. So I was doing that right through. So that kind of set the foundation too for what Bally's is right now. But then I realized, I was like, hey, one, I could give opportunity to people. You understand? I could change people's lives by giving them a piece of what is that I blessed with.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's how it is I start, bro. I start with one barber, start with 2 barbers, and I start giving them opportunities. At a point in time, it is that we had like 14 barbers here.
Serious?
Yeah, we had 14 barbers, and then it is that because we had students that went on to like practicing, and I had shift system and that kind of thing like that. And then like after that, I start teaching.
Right.
You understand? So I start with these students, and just imparting knowledge and. That's how it is I grow.
Yeah, well, I was about to ask you how you know it was time to make that switch from not just barbering but also teaching.
People was asking.
Well, that too, but I could also tell that you really care to help people from what you bless with as well now.
I would say that was the foundation of Bally's Barbershop. Well, one of the foundations of Bally's Barbershop to change people's life, bro. Because I know what it was to be. I mean, obviously, it's a business. Right? It's a business, but. I know what it was to be broke and have nothing, and for me, it's always make me real happy when I could see that the boys and the girls and the women that I have working here could provide for their families, could put food on the table. You understand what I'm saying? That they could take care of their families wherever, if they're in Venezuela or you know, and have a good life. They could go out, they could eat. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it changed their lives, bro.
That's commendable, bro, because plenty of people don't think like that. Plenty of people out here just kind of thinking for themselves, this, but you actually care about seeing the people lives that you work with improve for the better.
Bro, that's the only way. That's the only way for any entrepreneur to be successful.
I feel you.
That's the only way.
That have to be
you
the driving
have
force.
you have to change the lives of the people that are under your care.
Right. I feel you.
Yeah.
That's strong too. That's
Yeah.
strong too. Yeah. Because people tend to look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
They might look for the number of employees, profit margin.
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't even take.
I
that
mean,
human
it have
element
all
into
the
it.
intricacies, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time,
You have to have your underlying
Yeah,
goal and what you
yeah,
want to achieve.
yeah.
As not just a business, but as your legacy.
as leadership,
Right. Yeah.
you understand? Remember, it says that they entrust in their lives with
Yeah.
you, basically. You understand what I'm saying?
I want to kind of pick your brain and get as much value from you
Yeah.
as I can get for somebody out there who maybe now starting the business. It could be a
Yeah.
little hustle, it could be a small business,
Yeah.
it could be barbering, it could
Right.
be cutting grass, it could be
Yeah.
whatever the hustle
Yeah.
might be, right? What is something you say you do here to keep customers coming back, the customer retention, and how important that is for building the brand?
Customer retention is just good service, bro.
Right, making sure
Making sure the houses are they happy as possible. Now,
Yeah.
and the reality is that you can't make everybody happy,
Right.
and you could be how good dog, somebody
Yeah.
not going to like you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But your job is to make sure that people are as happy and as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
And once it is that your product is good,
Yeah.
you always gonna have work.
So focus on
Focus on your product.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? I remember one of my friends was saying this on one of his posts too. You cannot market a bad product. So if it is that your product bad, really and truly, and you pay for the best marketing agency,
Yeah.
you're just marketing a bad
bad
product.
product at the end of the day.
So people will come, you might get a one sale,
Yeah.
but then they will never come back.
If somebody wanted to follow in your footsteps essentially
Yeah.
and start a business that catering to premium customers,
Right.
what is one of the biggest challenges you feel that somebody who in that type of business could face and how they can overcome that?
If I could be real honest with you, bro, my goal wasn't to cater to the premium customers.
Right.
They just come.
Right.
They will come to you once it is that you have the criterias. The criterias is consistency, good ambience. You know, like for our
Yeah.
type of business, but consistency and timing are really important for them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Make sure
That
you
being able to
maximize the
take
value of their time as well.
being able to take care of them on time, that's what important for them.
Right.
But we cater for everybody.
Right. So it's just the level of service and the way you run your business. will attract
Yeah,
those type of customers.
yeah.
Right. So basically double down on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Make it the best it can possibly
Yeah,
be.
like
Customers.
it's like for example Starbucks or KFC,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I just saying. Sometimes they have premium customers that will go there,
Right.
but they serve in a generalized product.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But they you know what they will do? They will go to the one where they feel most comfortable.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Whichever one resonate with them personally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have different branches do the same thing.
Yeah.
But they will go where it is that they're feeling that they get the best treatment or
Right. I
that
feel you.
the branch have the best consistency, etc.
Right. You're running the barbershop.
Yeah.
You have all the employees here,
Yeah.
all the workers, everybody. How you just go about finding a team that reliable or not having a bunch of turnover to where workers come in and they go in, how you build that team that trustworthy and reliable.
You don't get one shot.
Right.
You have to sift.
You had to go through that.
You
process.
had to go through the process. You're going to get some people that will give you a headache. You're going to get people that will be real good with you and real believing in the brand and the vision, right? But you had to go through that's just part of the process, bro.
I feel you.
You understand? And the more problems you have with staff, really and truly, it is that it could be that is a you problem.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Where it is that you need to introspect and see what is that you have to change,
Yeah.
right? Or it is that you're just being prepared for something greater.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's a good point because people might look in to see what can change about the employees. And
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
But that's a good point. Look
Yeah.
and see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you could change. You know,
Yeah.
maybe is you make the employees feel at peace when they're
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You feed into them. You give them the
Yeah,
energy.
yeah.
And you make it easier for them to be
Yeah.
cohesive and
Yeah.
build an ecosystem versus the
Yeah.
turnover. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Tell me a little bit about the academy and what you're doing the academy.
So the academy started up because it is that a lot of people had shown interest in learning how to cut hair.
Right.
And I believe that I have the capability to bring out the best in people.
Right.
And I believe also that the talent that I had, I was able to translate that into teaching and also make good barbers. So even in the academy, I was also thinking about the clients.
Right.
So it was like, hey, everybody should be able to get a good haircut whenever. They don't need to come to Bally's Barbershop. Even though I would like them to come here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But let me say that how it is that we want to have clients in South, we want to have clients in the West, wherever. I know that how it is that my education program could probably reach somebody there.
Right.
And they can learn, and that's an extension of me. The intention was to raise the haircut game in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
You understand?
I think it did.
Yeah,
For sure, 100%.
yeah.
Always something you would say you would want every person who passes through the academy to know that doesn't include anything about technique. Some sort of value, some sort of advice you would want them to leave with.
Right.
Besides just, this how to do a fade.
Just be a good person. Just be a good person and treat people real good.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, don't be a bubbly.
Yeah, don't be a pushover.
Yeah, don't be a pushover. You understand what I'm saying?
Have a good heart.
But yeah, treat people good.
Yeah.
Treat people good and be good with people. Be humble.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, dog, there's like, I see with barbers all the time.
Yeah.
There's come and learn, and then it says that there's think that there's a superstar. Right. You understand? Dog, anybody's supposed to be able to walk up to you and talk to you.
Yeah,
normal.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to be humble and you're supposed to be approachable.
Yeah.
And that does attract more people to you.
Correct. So you doing this for a long time, right? What is something you think you could give to people there that would teach them how to build something that lasts?
Resilience. Resilience. Be resilient. And be patient. Be resilient because you're going to get licks.
Yeah.
You have to be resilient and you have to be able to take the licks.
Yeah.
And you have to be patient while you're taking the licks. You understand what I'm saying? And know that how it is that, hey, you have to sit down in the night, bro, in the hours of the morning. You have to sit down, write down where it is that you want to go, where it is that you're at, where it is that you start. Yeah. And know that how from where you start to where you're at, you get licks, but you reach there.
Yeah.
And where you is right now to where you're going, you have more licks to get, but you're going to reach there.
Yeah, 100%.
You understand? Resilience and patience.
Yeah, that's something that people often look past because they might think, start a business. I just want the customers flow in.
No.
But it don't work so.
And the thing is that what business owners make, especially, now I'm not talking about the conglomerates.
Yeah.
Right? I'm talking about, and even with them, dog, they just be in the business.
So
why is it that you as a small business owner cannot be in your business?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if I jump in the gun here, but one of the battles that I have faced personally, and I can talk about it, is that I had faced something where it is that I did not want to be seen in the business.
Serious?
Yeah, I had come to the point, even for me cutting hair, even though I started doing it, and this is what make me and was able to change my life. I find out how it is that being seen as a barber was kind of belittling at a point in time. Right. And I had to overcome that, bro.
Serious?
Yeah, I had to overcome that, and I realized, hey, even though your job might be a small part of the community, is a big part of society. You understand? Because you're changing lives. You're doing your part.
Yeah. You're putting your value out there into
society. So for example, is that you might have a parlor, or you might have a small grocery, or you might have something. Be there. Be there, watch, because it is that you don't want people to steal from you at the same time too. You understand? But be in the business, promote it, market, find ways, hire people, employ people, and find ways to make it better, make it different, make it you.
Yeah. Now, I could already tell from just talking, if for this short amount of time, you're somebody who does a lot of working on yourself as well, and internal. Because you have to, right?
Have to.
And we always hear about the wins and the good things and building the businesses. Yeah. But tell me about that time that sometimes shit is hit the fan, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that time that something terribly wrong happened, whether it be a bad hire, whether it be basically just shit hit the fan somewhere.
Yeah, it has, bro, let me tell you something.
From it.
If it is that those say this, I'll be lying. It had plenty times where it is that I thought I was going to lose everything. I was going to lose the business.
Serious?
Yeah, it had time. And them times will come, dog.
Yeah, it's part of it.
You know what it is that you had to do? You just had to have faith. That it will go and work out.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You doing everything it is that you know how to do.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing good things.
Yeah.
It must work out. Dog, it had times where there's a man message on Instagram and say, way boy Bali opening branches and his system broken and all kind of thing like that, whatever. But them still renting a chair.
Feel you.
You understand what I'm saying? They still renting a chair, dog. I advancing.
Yeah.
But it's because of this that I had to believe in myself.
Yeah.
And I had to believe. I mean, at the end of the day, I believe in God, right?
Yeah.
And I had to trust God, dog.
Yeah.
I had to trust God. I had to have faith because that was the only way. That was the only way I could have come out from the times where I was in complete darkness.
Serious.
Depression, I had depression. Burnout, I had burnout. All these things, like the thoughts are too, bro.
Yeah.
I
Pass through everything.
passed through all of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
Where's something you can tell somebody who may be going through the same thing that you went through now, because you're kind of on the other side now.
Yeah.
So where's something you can tell them to give them that hope and belief that it's just part of it, and what you do to overcome it.
You had to seek help.
Right.
Talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? It could be a pastor, it could be a mentor, it could be somebody. Talk to them. You understand? Who's sound in their mind.
Right. That's the
If
important
it is that you
part.
need, if it is that you need therapy and you can afford therapy, go for therapy. But talk to somebody. Talk to a coach, a football coach, a tennis coach. You understand? A trainer. This is the people that get you out of it, dog.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And then sometimes it is really and truly, you just had to do something physical, like go to the gym, exercise, work out,
Get your blood flowing.
get a pump, get your blood flowing, and that would help your mindset too.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? After that, believe in yourself, work as hard as you possibly. If it is that you had to work a 20-hour shift, 24-hour shift, do what is that necessary, dog.
Yeah. Just get it done.
Yeah, do what necessary. If it is a rent due, you do everything that you know how to do to get a rent.
Right.
And I went through that plenty times where this our rent was due the next day. Bro, I just had to stick it out and take everything that I could take.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Make it happen.
Tell me a little bit of how you approach risk. So whether it be investing, I know you're opening a new branch in Eastgates, whether it be an investment or whether it be something you're working on, how you approach the decision-making process to decide whether a risk is worth it or not.
Risk is a part of it, though.
Yeah.
Like really and truly, risk is without risk you can't grow.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But how it is I approach risk now? I just do it. Do it and think afterwards.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. I don't calculate risk.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't calculate risk. I know how I can get this done. I go and do it.
Right. You had that belief in yourself so strong that risk don't exist.
Bro, if shit hit the fan, I go and clean it. You understand what I'm saying?
Looking back from when you now start to know, how you would say your definition of success change, or if it even changed at all.
I know where it is I want to be, but we're real far from where it is I come. Like my success, as I say, my success, bro, is really changing people's lives, and obviously just being profitable from that.
Right. That's where you get your...
Yeah, that's where,
energy just come from that.
Bro, listen, the rewards I get from changing people's lives, financially and also, I would say spiritually, it was out of this world, though.
Serious.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, for me, from where does that come from? You understand what I'm saying? And I know that the more that I continue to do that, I know that how this I'll just be elevated.
Yeah. I feel it. I talking to you right now, and I feel like I get energized right now. Just talking to you, I mean like good lessons as well, because like a big thing I say with this whole thing is like once you think you know everything is where you stop growing now. And like talking to people like you, or like just talking to you now, like I just tell you talking to me. I learned something from you that I didn't know before. You know what I mean? So it's always about being willing to learn and being open to learn new things. You know, so what you would say to somebody right now who watching this, they maybe have an idea. They have some money, they want to invest in something, but they're scared to do it or they're afraid to take the action. What you would say to that person?
Well, it's two things really and truly. You could stay there and be scared and just continue living the life that you're living, or take the risk, and even if it is that you fail, you'll end up being a better person and you can always go back to what it is that you was doing in the first place.
Failure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it really and truly you have nothing to lose. But at the end of the day, when it is that you're on your deathbed, what is that you want to tell yourself? Is it that, and this is something that everybody is saying though, you know, but do you want to look back and say, wait, but I didn't take that chance? You know, you understand what I'm saying? And that's how I think about life now, dog. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'd be scared to do certain things. You understand? Like me and my wife went to Dubai and they locked us in a lion cage. But I could look and the lion had no chain, dog. The lion had no chain. You understand what I'm saying?
Insane.
Bro, and they locked me and my wife inside, yeah?
And like you could have touched you if you wanted to.
But we was hugging up the lion thing. You understand what I'm saying? And bro, like I could look back now. Dog, when I tell people that story, that's an interesting story.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's more than interesting. You wasn't a lion.
Yeah. So like that's life though. That's living life.
Yeah.
That was a risk. That's life and death.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I mean one bite.
Yeah.
And you're gone. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we was inside there and now it's like, for years I could tell people, hey, I went in a lion cage.
Yeah.
You
So
understand?
by doing it,
Doing
you
it.
can look back and say, you know, are you proud of the things I do and I make the right decisions?
Yeah. And I think like that's one thing. Besides being able to cut hair good,
Yeah.
I think I was able to develop a real big clientele like when I was cutting hair
Yeah.
because of the stories that I had to tell. Because I was always trying to do interesting things.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'll post it on Instagram and be like, people want to come and talk about it.
Right.
They want to ask me, they say, bro, how that was, dog?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people don't even come to cut their hair by me anymore. They just come to talk.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how it is going.
You do get, you're never comfortable.
Yeah.
You're always iterating and see of the clothing brand.
Yeah.
And now you're into manicures, pedicures,
Yeah.
where you're always finding ways to add that value.
Yeah.
What does keep that fire under you? Like, don't settle.
Listen to your customers.
Right.
Talk to them. Listen to them. Ask them what it is that they want. And like for example, right? And shout out to all, if it is any of my customers seeing this, for years, bro, it had plenty of them that endure the parking situation here
Right.
in Tacarigua. You understand? Now Tacarigua not closing.
Right.
But for years we were searching for a solution. We tried to buy land, tried to buy land, property close by and wherever it didn't work out. You understand? And then Eastgates approach us
Yeah.
and we say, hey, Louise doesn't overflow.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So right in close proximity, clients with cars, they could go there.
Right.
Clients who traveling, they could come here in Tacarigua.
Right. So you don't even think of opening Eastgates. I say, hey, Bali, open a new branches, really. Put the customers first.
It's for the
make sure they're
customers.
comfortable. Yeah.
That's what it's for. Because when it says that no, like you know what used to hurt me, bro? Plenty people I know from growing up. They used to say, boy, Bali boy, I wanna come by your ball. I have no parking, dog.
Right.
Well, I have no parking, bro. And I used to hurt us.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I want to keep you fresh. I want us to keep you fresh, but you're not coming because there's no parking.
Yeah.
No, it was the excuse. You had to come now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You have
Yeah.
no excuse. You're in East Gates anyway.
Right.
You had to come for haircut now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get some ice cream too. Certified better be sponsor.
What's the best piece of advice you ever get personally?
Stay focused. I'm a pastor, I tell me that. Pastor KK.
Right.
He not around anymore, but I remember that's when it is before we was getting married, and bro, I was all over the place. I was like, I wanna have a beach wedding and thing, and he just put me aside and say, hey, listen, stay focused.
Yeah.
You understand? Stay focused on what it is that you want. Cause I wanna travel, I wanna go mission trip, all kind of thing, and I remember he says stay focused. And bro, that stick with me.
Serious.
Yeah, that stick with me.
No, if you have to give one piece of advice to anybody watching this,
Yeah.
could be business, personal, life, what's one thing you want to leave with anybody watching this right now?
Be resilient,
Yeah.
be patient, listen to your wife or your spouse.
Yeah.
You know, work hard, do everything that you know how to do and that you could do.
Yeah.
Find mentors. Find a mentor. Because it is that a mentor could take you from year 1 to 10
Yeah.
in a very short space of time. You understand? So what it take them 10 years to do, they could take you to that level in probably year 1.
Because you would
Seek
learn from the
mentorship.
mistakes that they already make.
Yeah, seek
They would
mentorship.
just give it a jump start.
Yeah.
And where they could find you if they're looking for you? Looking
Or
for you, looking for the shop, looking for
well, yeah, they can follow Bally's Barbershop.
Bally's Barbershop.
Yeah, like right now it is I have my Instagram on a personal, like on a private thing, so I really don't accept.
Okay, RSD.
Yeah. He's more.
Bally's
You know what? You can
Barbershop.
follow Bally's Barbershop.
Now, I really appreciate this, bro. This was a lot of value, and
Yeah.
I know the people learn a lot from this as well. And I appreciate you doing this. And
Yeah.
That's a big vibe, as it always is.
Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Of course.